Located in the remote Central Asia and open to tourism just a couple of years ago, not many people know about a beautiful country called Kyrgyzstan. So hi everyone, there are a lot of people I know who love to travel, so I'm suggesting Kyrgyzstan as one of the best places to visit once in a lifetime for the travelers out there. It has the most beautiful scenery, from high altitude, snow-covered peaks, wide valleys with plenty of wildflowers. Kyrgyzstan has some of the most striking landscapes I have ever seen. Aside from that, there are a lot of interesting culture and tradition that are practices over there. To get more info about it, I will let my friend to tell you more.
Assalamualaikum and hi. I will tell you guys about the traditional Kyrgyzstan clothing for men. Kyrgyzstan culture heritage is reflected in its national dress. Life on the steppe and various nomadic religions belief influenced traditional Kyrgyzstan clothing. It was practical in that protect from the cold and windy weather, was comfortable to wear on horseback, and was also made of natural material. The quality of the clothes and their individual elements also made it possible to ascertain the social status of Kyrgyzstan and the family or a clan to which he belonged. Traditionally, people wore clothes made from the skin of the wild animal, while the rich sometimes made them from import materials such as silk and velvet. The clothes were manufactured using leather or animal skin or fur. Kyrgyzstan perfect leather processing, the manufacturing of the high quality felt and other methods for creating their traditional clothing. As a Kyrgyzstan product were highly valued in the market along the Great Silk Road. Next, along with the high level of practicality, ornamentation play an important role in traditional Kyrgyzstan clothing. Attention was paid to its decoration via various pattern, precious stone, or expensive kind of fur. Men and women also wore white belt with gold or silver buckle or other decorative element to emphasize their status and appear more elegant. While there, people also tended to wear several layers of clothing, practical and supply and simple on the bottom, expensive and richly decorated of the top. A traditional Kyrgyzstan clothing that I want to tell you guys is a chapan. Chapan is the one of the traditional clothing in Kyrgyzstan. Chapan is a kind of padded coat made of the strong and warm woolen fabric with button and high wrap pad over the right side. Chapan had a tunic-like design, tight sleeve, and then through stitching people of noble birth wore Sudan pants, embroidered with wool or silk threads. People of the Kyrgyzstan usually worn this chapan during the cool winter month, and usually it worn by the men. The bottom of the sleeve, center edge, hem and neckline of the coat were sewn round with the braid, which was believed to protect a person from evil power. Wearing two or more coats at the same time was a common in both winter and summer, and it gave a man a certain prestige while showing the prosperity of the family. Next, the outer coat be padded with batting. The coat or shirt was tied with bead for the handkerchief or a band, which is called a bellbob. This band was an important accessory and could be made of fine fabric. It was decorated with complicated silver embroidery and studded with stone and silver coin, and hung with little bag for tobacco and keys. Shirts usually were white and white. They were made of cotton. Some of them had pattern named Jia. Pants that are polyester were loosely cut but narrow to the bottom and were tucked into soft leather boots with pointed toes.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Hi, my name is Khairul Azri bin Khairul Anwar. Today, I would like to talk about Kyrgyzstan arts, which is the Kalpak hat.
What is Kalpak? Traveling to Central Asia, which is in Kyrgyzstan, the Kalpak or a kalpak, a hat for a man of all ages. The kalpak is worn in Kyrgyzstan as an element of everyday wardrobe or festival attire. AK or ak in the Kyrgyz language means white and also pure, and kalpaks mean cap or literally felt hat. The hat is made of white sheep felt and decorated with national ornaments, each with its own specific and deep symbolism. As an historical aside, AK or Arcs come from the Proto-Indo-European word for white elbow. Proto-Indo-European is the Asian language that gave rise to such language as Latin, Greek, and the language you are listening now is English. For example, the word white in Old English was alba, which is still found in such modern words as albumen and albino, and in the name of the wonderful Harry Potter character Albus Dumbledore. In short, the English you are now reading owes its existence to the original speakers of Proto-Indo-European who originally lived in what is now it is Kyrgyzstan. History of Kalpak. Some historical accounts help a lot of in tracing the history of Kyrgyz people and the use of Kalpak. One of these sources is Baburnam, the famous memoirs of Central Asian ruling dynasties. This is an important source as it is also one of the first written documents portraying Kyrgyz people wearing a kalpak. Baburnam is a well-known book written during the Middle Age in 1467 by Khan of Mughals Akbar, a ruler of India and Inner Asia. The medieval miniates clearly show how his surrounding circle was wearing such head attire. The importance of kalpak. When you see a kalpak for the first time, you might think it is nothing but just accessory. In reality, however, it has a much deeper meaning. It is still worn proudly on important events such as weddings, family holidays, and funerals. It is also given by the host to their valued visitors during festival. On March 5th of each year, Kyrgyzstan celebrates an official national holiday called Kalpak Day. The whole country dances, sings, and feasts. Men proudly wear the kalpak the whole day. In fact, every March 5th, it seems as a joyful white river has spilled over the city. With the wondrous kalpak, it is easy to tell friends and family about the culture and the traditions of Kyrgyz people.
Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for your listening. Have a nice day.
Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you guys about the woman traditional cloth. Okay, at Kyrgyzstan they have one special or the most popular traditional cloth for women at Kyrgyzstan. Okay, so the cloth name is Beldenchi. It's basically the most famous for the Kyrgyzstan women. The Beldenchi is basically used when they have some festival or any activities that they need to wear the proper attire. So some women will using Beldenchi. Okay, so there is a difference between unmarried woman and married woman Beldemci. The married woman, the Beldemci, they are only using skirt and gown. But for the unmarried woman, they will use some hats that have decorated with many things like shillings and many more. And at the next part, I will show you the example for married woman Beldemci and unmarried woman Beldemci. Okay, so this is the example for the Beldemci. This one is for the married woman. The way the married woman will use the black and velvet color skirt, and the skirt will decorate with embroidery to make a shape like a flower or anything that can make the skirt look so fine and beautiful for the woman. Okay, so this one is for the unmarried woman. They're basically using same as married woman, which is they need to wear the gown and the skirt. But for them, they need to use the head, like at this example. You can see the decoration at the head. Okay, and the decoration make this head becomes more unique. So, this is to make the difference between the married woman and the unmarried woman at the Kyrgyzstan. Okay, so you have been shown the difference between the married woman and unmarried woman Beldemci. So Beldemci is the traditional cloth for women at Kyrgyzstan.
Okay, net is a traditional art at Kyrgyzstan. One of traditional art at Kyrgyzstan is carpet. We call it Shaidrak carpet. Shaidrak carpet is a traditional art of the people at Kyrgyzstan. Usually, Shaidrak carpet is made by the women at their country. How to make the carpet is very slow and take many process. It takes quite long to complete the rug. They will take the sheep. Usually 5 sheep will be taken to prepare one rug. After the wool is washed and dry, the wool will be dyed in color. Usually they will use bright colors such as black, red and brown. Once dyed, they will roll the wool manually and roll it up. This process is repeated. After that, once the pattern starts to hold, the rug is reversed, soaked and rolled again. After some hours, the Shaidrak rugs is left to dry. After that, they will cutting according to what have been marked and according to what they want. After cutting process, Shaidrak carpets will be finished goods and ready to use sew. The carpet are made usually to sold for the foreign or tourism. This art is a traditional art of Kyrgyzstan that is still going on today. They also usually make a competition to create the most beautiful Shaidrak carpet. This activity further to encourage this traditional art to continue for the next generation.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Today I want to talk about traditional food in Kyrgyzstan. As we know, traditional food has become an identifier for every country and ethnic. Kyrgyzstan is not left behind. In terms of cuisine, Kyrgyzstan people have the most variety of cuisine that I look description to a lot of people of the world. Okay, let me be honest. For many, Kyrgyz food is not loved at first bite. Many travelers struggle with the bland and greasy food in Kyrgyzstan. In the average roadside restaurant, choices are limited and simple. Dishes are often characterized by chunks of mutton that have more fat than meat on them. The variety is whether it comes with potato, noodles or rice. Through it, the most restaurants go for quantity and not quality. Bishkek, Osh and Karakol are the best places in the country to Kyrgyzstan food. These cities have an increasing number of restaurants that cater to tourists and where the food is tasty. In Osh and Karakol, you will also find some regional specialties that you won't find elsewhere in the country. Okay, for the first traditional food in Kyrgyzstan is beshbamak. Beshbamak is a minced meat made with meat broth, noodle and onion. It is noteworthy that beshbamak is usually eaten by hand. This is explanation for the dish name beshbamak means five finger in translation from Kyrgyzstan. Beshbamak is called nearin without noodle. For the last traditional food in Kyrgyzstan is kurdak. This is a hearty Kyrgyzstan dish of marinated fried beef, potatoes and onions. The emphasis here is on a perfect blend of flavors, spice and ingredients, delicious at any time of year. One is called kara kurdak or black kurdak, made exclusive with meat and no onion, and dondurma kurdak or frozen kurdak, which meat but are fried is sheep fat without air contact, ensuring that the meat remains fresh for a long period of a time. I think this is all from to me about traditional Kyrgyzstan food. Hopefully you like it.
To be honest, we cannot recommend Kyrgyzstan enough, and we really hope that after watching this video, you might find a necessary inspiration to plan a visit in the future. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.